Hey everybody, today I want to make a pineapple strawberry shortcake. There's nothing really elaborate about making this cake. It's just that I think it sounds good, so I decided to come up with my little variation of it, which it's just a real simple thing to make. And I wanted to share it with you, but first I wanted to say something about Randy and what I fixed for him to eat. And I know people are concerned, and I am glad that people are concerned about him. The person that's concerned the most about him is me, and I do my best to keep his numbers, his sugar numbers, at a good reading, and I do. His doctor is very happy with the job I do taking care of Randy and his sugar. And when you see me make things like this cake I'm getting ready to make, and other processed food and loaded with salt and all this, I'm not always making that for our family to eat. I have a daughter that lives on the next street, and she is a manager for TJ Maxx, and she works long hours, and she has a family, a husband and children, and so a lot of times I will just take that over there for them to eat. Her husband, you saw him in the video where I got the mattress and put it on the bed, so if you saw him, he is a real big guy and he loves sweets. And so a lot of times I take whatever sweets I made over there. A lot of times I cook this stuff so I will have something to share with y'all. My point is, we don't always eat this, not just Randy, but me and Kaylin also. And I know that, just to be real honest, I know that some people say things about what I cook because they are concerned, and I am grateful. And we all need to have people help us sometimes by pointing out things, and I do not resent that for a moment. And thank you. And then there are people that say things in a very rude and demeaning way, and it's very hurtful, and I don't take it as being helpful. And you know, I put myself out here, and I know the good comes with the bad, and I accept that. So if coming with your remarks has to be in a mean way, well, I'll just take it, because the bottom line is, all you really wonderful people that continually, day in and day out, try to make me feel good and special, it works. I feel like the most loved person in the world. I can never thank you enough. And anyway, so that's what I have to say about it. I'm not fussing. I don't mean to sound like I am. If I do, I just wanted you to know how I feel. So with all that being said, we're going to get ready to do this cake. So I really like this tripod I got, except it won't go down but just so far. Okay, I'm going to start out with a cake mix, a pineapple cake mix. You can use any flavor of cake mix that you want. It's just entirely up to you, but as you saw, it's the pineapple cake mix. And I'm going to open it up and dump it in the bowl. And to that, I got some of this cake batter flavor. I was at Walmart, this has been months ago before any of this stuff happened in the world. And I was standing at the spices, and this lady got down one of these for herself, and she started telling me whether you use a cake mix or you use make a cake by scratch. This really makes your cake taste so much better. So I have not used it. I keep forgetting I have it, but it's the cake batter is what it's called. It says to add a tablespoon. So that's what I'm gonna do. And we'll see if it tastes better. And if any of y'all have tried this, down in the comments, tell me what you think about it. It says it can replace vanilla. So I put some of that in it. And you need 1 cup of water. You just dump all this. That's what the back ingredients call for. A 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. I don't have vegetable oil, but I do have canola oil. So I'm going to put some of that. And it calls for 3 eggs. I only have 2 eggs. They're pretty big, so I'm thinking that they'll work just fine to just have 2 eggs. And now this egg is kind of stuck. If it's cracked on the bottom, I won't use it. No, it's fine. No cracks or anything in it. Okay. So now that I have the ingredients in here that I want to use my whisk. And I think the whisk does so much better to stir up the cake mix than like a spatula or something. It usually gets it nice and smooth and all that. So please excuse the ice maker. I keep intending to unplug it and I don't. I probably should just put it somewhere else. Let me see if there's an off button on it. There he is. Okay, that works. So, beat up your cake mix. And that looks good. So what I'm going to do next is use my 9x13 casserole dish. And I have sprayed this with Pam, or a Pam-like product. And then here, can you believe that is a whole pineapple? I got one of those corers. And I did the pineapple, and that is the whole pineapple. The pineapple was a little bit ripe, so maybe that's it. It's got a little juice in the bottom. But what I'm going to do, juice and all, is just put this down in the casserole dish. And the reason, you might ask later, why did I feel like I needed to cook the pineapple? Because I'm not going to cook the strawberries. And that is because, in my opinion, when the pineapple gets hot, it gets juicier and more flavorful. So to cook, it's just going to make the cake be that much better. And the pineapple corer that I got was really handy. I liked it a lot, and I'm Glad that I got it. It was about $20 on Amazon. If I can think, I will put the link to it in the description box. So then we add the cake mix on top of the pineapple. And I was sent this little set of the small utensils from one of y'all. I'm sorry, I do not remember the name, but I just love these small utensils. They are so handy. So I've cleaned that out pretty good. I'm gonna spread the cake mix out. And then I'm just going to put this in the oven, and in a 9x13, it goes from 22 to 27 minutes. So you want, I'm probably going to set it for like 25 minutes on 350. And when it comes out, I will need to cool it down, and then we will finish up the shortcake. But here are the strawberries that I cut up, and I put some Splenda on them so that they'll get a lot of juice, and they'll just be really good. So I will put this in the oven and let it cook, let it cool down, and then we'll be back to finish up. The cake has finished cooking, and now we're gonna just go ahead and put everything together, and it smells really good. So here is the bowl I'm gonna use to put it in. It's an old Pyrex bowl. This was my mom's, and she really loved her Pyrex bowls. They weren't collectible back then like they are now. But anyway, here's the cake. And here are the strawberries. And as I told you, I put Splenda on them, and they've made the nice strawberry juice in them. And so what I'm going to do, I think this would be the easiest way to do this, is just do it this way. Here's a little strawberry leaf. Just put these all out on the cake. And then spread them out. I always try to think of the quickest and easiest way to do things. So now that we have the strawberries on the cake, now this is a strawberry pineapple shortcake, and here is the whipped topping. So I'm going to cut pieces of the cake, and then I'm going to just dump it into the bottom of the bowl. And the strawberry, the pineapple, you know, is on the bottom of the cake. Then I'm going to take Cool Whip and just put some around on it. Then I'll take some more cake. Sometimes it'll be bigger pieces, sometimes smaller pieces. And just continue doing this. And I just put big globs of Cool Whip. I don't bother trying to spread it out, because when you dump more cake on it, it'll kind of mash it down. And when I've seen just regular strawberry shortcake that people have made, it's never done like real neatly. That's why I'm not worried about doing this real neatly. More Cool Whip. And then so now we'll put the last of the Cool Whip, and I will kind of spread that out. I'm gonna rinse my hands. And I'm gonna show you that's what it looks like. And we have to try it. So okay, here's what the piece looks like. This was all just so simple to make, but I think it's going to be really delicious. So I want to get a little pineapple and a little strawberry and a little cake and a little Cool Whip. That is good. I like the pineapple cake with it. And that cake batter stuff I put in it, I believe that actually did give the batter a little better flavor. Because I very seldom ever make a cake from scratch, and I've used the pineapple before. It's really good, whether it helped or not. It's really good. So this is my pineapple strawberry shortcake. I hope you enjoyed watching it being made. Thank you so much for being here and joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.